Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from and when you're watching this video. It's Elzenitho, and today we are going to be looking at glass morphism. I know you've been seeing a lot of like design where you see like this kind of glass effect on a background or on an image, and and it's not just on an image, but you can also move the glass around. So we're going to be creating something like that. All right, so open Photoshop, and I'm going to drag in an image that we're going to use. Let's work with this image. We're going to work with this image. Okay, I'm going to turn off my timeline. So this is the one we're working with, and it's an image I got on Unsplash, a very powerful image, and it looks very clean and cool. So our time starts now, 10 minutes as usual. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a circle, right? So just hold down Shift to create a perfect circle. When you create it, ensure that it doesn't have any stroke, so turn off the stroke, but ensure that it has a white overlay or a white color. So this is our circle, right? Now the next thing you want to do is this our image here. You are going to duplicate it, but first, before duplicating it, ensure that it is a smart object. So right click and convert to smart object. When you convert to smart object, then Ctrl J to duplicate and bring it up here. Now after bringing it up here, so we have the first image, the ellipse, and the second image, right? So this first image, let's call it blur. Now we're going to go to our filter, blur, and choose Gaussian blur. And for our Gaussian blur, it depends on what you are actually going for. So I'm going to choose 40. Yeah, 40 is nice for me. Now 40. Now after choosing the Gaussian blur, because it is a smart object, you would see that it shows the Gaussian blur as a smart filter, such that you can easily change the image later in the future. So yeah, that's aside. So what you're going to then do is this: you're going to right click on the blur and create a clipping mask to the circle. You can see the circle here. So you're going to right click. Let me show you again. Right click on the blur, create a clipping mask to the circle. So what you are doing is that particular blur we created, we are attaching it to the circle itself. And so the next thing you want to then do is make your circle look more like a glass effect. So selecting your circle or your ellipse, right click, go to your blending option. Now the first thing you want to do is work on your stroke. So add a stroke. Make sure it is white in color. Then you want to increase it slightly, right? Just something like this. Yeah, I think this works. Then you want to go to your gradient. Now for your gradient, just select this part of the gradient, and what you want to do is select the first one, which is choose like a gray color. Then for this one, ensure it is the white color. Now this is gray, this is white, right? Now for this part, ensure it is 45%. I already did it, or you can even work with 50%. So the higher the opacity, the darker this place is. So if you go to 100, right, you see it is very dark. But if you go to 40, you can see it's dark but not so dark. Then for the white opacity, if you go to 100, you see that this place is, but what we are going for is, let's say 10. Right? So when you're done with that, you press OK. Then you can either reduce the opacity or increase the opacity depending on which one you want, but I'm going to just make it 50. Right? So having done that, for the stroke, we can still adjust the stroke. You can even give it a drop shadow if you want. distance should be like this. You can spread it a little bit. Right. You can make it like an overlay. And press OK. Now we have this glass effect, right? Glass, but blurry glass effect, kind of. So now that we have this is the ellipse tool. Now if I take the ellipse and I move it across, you can see, right? You can see how beautiful it is. You can then hold down Alt and increase the size, right? Then you can include a text at the top. Just write Glass Morphism, and we choose left justification. Let's use, yeah, this one is good. Let's increase the font size. So hold down Alt, then increase. Glass Morphism, then Ctrl J. So what I would just do is I would write tutorial by Elzenitho. Then we're going to make this very small. We have 4 more minutes, so we are right on time. Make it very small and bring it slightly down here. All right. So what we can do is we can make this not too bold. We can just make it medium. Then we can make this light, actually, like regular. Exactly. Because Glass Morphism works well with what's it called, minimalism. So yeah, this is basically it. Now one other thing you can do is you can add textures, like you can go to your you can just add glass texture. Let me see if I can download one quickly. Okay, I've seen one that we can work with. I'm going to quickly download it because we have 3 more minutes to go. But I mean, basically we're done with the design, but just to add some efficacy to it. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the texture. I'm going to see how I can incorporate it into the entire design. Right. So let's just call this texture, and I'm going to use, let's try something. Okay, soft light. Then we're going to reduce it slightly, reduce the fill as well. Then we can like clip it as well to this. Now you can see, so what we want to do is to make sure we are moving everything together. Just select this, and when you move, you can see the difference. All right, makes it very, very easy. You can bring this texture in slightly, or what we can do is this. We can, because this image is only attached to the ellipse, we can remove the texture and make it large, like just purely large. Yeah, so when we move just the ellipse, I mean, it works for me personally, but at the end of the day, I think we should just turn off the texture, or we should just turn it on, then reduce it or attach it to this. Yeah, so that's what we can do. We're going to make it large, right? So let me explain. We are going to make it large. So it covers the entire image, but we are going to also clip it to the circle, such that when you move the circle, you get the texture also shows. So yeah, that's basically the concept of glass morphism, and we are done. So thank you for watching. If this resonates with you, whenever you're probably creating it, just tag me on your page or something like that, and I'm going to see you next time.